Hey guys, it's me, Liz. I'm finally getting around to making my next video blog post-op surgery. Sorry about my appearance, just got out of the shower and just took my pain medicine, so I'm broadcasting all the way from my bed. Let's see, it is Tuesday, August 20th. I had my surgery last Thursday, August 15th, so I'm about 5 days post-op now, and things are going really good. I'm assuming as smooth as can be expected. Everything went well during surgery. My surgeon said everything was great, easy breezy. It took about 2.5 hours in the OR for surgery time, because they had to fix that hiatal hernia I told you that I had, as well as do the Roux-en-Y. So things went really good and smooth. You know, it always sucks coming out of anesthesia, and just I slept it off pretty much that whole day, and I didn't really use my morphine pain pump very often that day. I just pretty much slept the whole time. The doctors and my nurses were pretty impressed, I guess, with my recovery time. When I finally was kind of awake and came to, I was just really sore and stiff, not in excruciating pain, but just a lot of discomfort. When they do laparoscopic surgeries, they do have to fill you up with a ton of gas, so that way they can move your organs around easier. And that was probably the most uncomfortable part, is just all the leftover gases that's left inside of there. So I felt a lot of movement. It gets trapped underneath my ribs, and I'd feel it in my shoulders and my back. And they said that the best thing that you could do would be to walk it off. So I did do a ton of laps when I was in the hospital. I mean, even the nurses wouldn't even have to come in and tell me. I would just be like, oh, I have to go walking. I'm sorry. I'm uncomfortable. I've been laying here too long. And I think that made things run a little bit smoother. So the only thing I wanted after surgery was ice chips so bad, and I couldn't have anything until the next morning at about 6 a.m. is when they brought in my first liquids that I was allowed to have. And it was a little bit of Crystal Light, and they brought in a little cup of Jell-O and a little bit of broth that I could sip on. And I was so scared at first. You know, I was afraid I was going to break something, rip open my stomach. So it definitely took me a little while before I felt comfortable to really start sipping on my little drinks. I had to track it and chart it. I had to drink 150 cc's an hour, I believe it is. So it's very little. One of those little tiny medicine cups that you get when you take like cough syrup. That's what I had to drink, about 5 of those little cups an hour. And you would think, oh, just shoot them back. But no, I mean, 1 cup took me a little bit to get down. So it was definitely a slow process. But other than that, everything was pretty easy and smooth. I got up and walked a lot. So by Saturday, mid-morning, my doctor released me. My surgeon came in, and everything had looked good. I hadn't spiked any fevers. I was getting my fluids down and using the restroom, just fine. And so he released me to go home. And so I've been home just a few days now, and things are going pretty good and smooth. I'm still on a pure liquid diet, so I'm supposed to have 3 protein shakes or drinks a day, along with water and some sugar-free Crystal Light, and I can have some skim milk. And then I have my vitamins that I have to take a few times a day, and then plus my pain meds I'm allowed to have once every 4 hours. So let me show you my vitamins here. From my doctor, gave me these chewable multivitamins that I have to take twice a day. And then right now I have to take 1 B12 vitamin once a day. And then that's it for right now. And once I go back to my doctor on the 27th, that's when I will be upping my vitamin level intake. I'll be taking my calcium citrate pills. I just can't take them right now. So that's what's going on with my vitamins. I have to admit, this liquid diet is killing me. I'm not hungry. Like, I don't feel hungry, especially since I have not eaten since last Wednesday. So it's been almost an entire week of no food past a few bites of sugar-free Jell-O here and there. But I miss, like, chewing. Like, I think just out of old habits, I miss eating. So I'm really excited to graduate to the next stage of my diet and be able to introduce like soft foods and like purees, like applesauce, cottage cheese, creamy soups, because right now this whole liquid thing is not fun. It sucks, to be honest. It's hard. Last night my husband made me some just plain chicken broth for dinner, and because I hadn't eaten in a week, it was like Thanksgiving Day. It was delicious. I mean, I was surprised, but I guess if you haven't eaten anything in a week, to finally have something with a little bit of flavor, it was, yeah, awesome. So I'm actually looking forward to dinner tonight because I think I'm going to have some more chicken broth. A big struggle right now is the protein. It tastes so nasty. So it's really been a struggle just sipping on that and really trying to get it down. And, you know, the protein is the most important part of your diet right now. So, and that's my biggest struggle. So we're working on it. My husband went to GNC and bought me 3 more big bags of another kind of protein to try. And it's better. Not delicious, but it's better. You know, when my stomach's so small, it takes me so long to drink it. So I think that's the problem. You know, where before, okay, protein's not super delicious, but at least you can just slam it back and move on. With this, I have to slowly sip on it over a long period of time to get it down. So I just started my other protein, and I have it in the fridge chilling, and I'm going to go back to it here in a little bit. I started drinking a little bit before my shower, and so I'll go back to it. Another struggle is making sure I'm getting all my water intake. So this is my hospital cup from the doctor, and so I've been filling this up constantly throughout the day. I'm probably drinking a good 2 of these each day, if not a little bit more, just because I constantly refresh it with new ice and water. So I'm easily taking down about 30 ounces of water as well this way. I haven't done any of my sugar-free Crystal Light, but I haven't really wanted it. To be honest, I'm not that big of a sweets person. I prefer more salty, savory things. So I think that's why the broth was awesome last night. So I'm really looking forward to my doctor's appointment again, like I said, on the 27th, and I hope after that point he'll let me go ahead and start adding a little bit more into my diet. Right now, you can see I have this stomach binder on. Not very pretty, but it definitely makes things a lot more comfortable. It just kind of holds everything in a little bit more. You know, if I burp or cough, it hurts a lot. So having this binder on just kind of makes me feel a little bit more secure, a little bit tighter around the stomach. And I'm sure it's helping with swelling. I think I have about 6 incisions on my stomach. They're getting pretty nasty looking. They're really bruised, but healing well, at least I think. Just kind of nasty looking. My kids think it's fun to look at, and their friends come over and they're always like, show my friend your stomach. Some kind of a sideshow, I think, for everybody, but that's okay. Getting around pretty good. I get tired easily, you know, especially once I take my medicine. So I'm just trying to sleep and get up and do the little things that I can, you know, like pick up after my kids' cups all over the table, just put it in the kitchen. Just little stuff. Definitely not doing any heavy lifting or cleaning like I did before. I'm just really trying to take it easy. My school had started this week, so I'm behind on a class so far, and I'm hoping I'll be well enough to go shuffle myself into class on Thursday so I don't get too far behind. So that's what I'm planning on. Each day it does get a little bit better, or I feel better. So I think it was a little bit rougher of a recovery than I had expected. I had my gallbladder out before, and that was a laparoscopic surgery, and I did have a C-section with the 14-month-old. So, and those were pretty easy recoveries for me, to be honest. So I kind of was expecting this to be in that same realm, and it wasn't. It hasn't been horrible or excruciating, but definitely a little bit worse than I had anticipated, trying to compare it to my other surgeries. I would say the first day and a half in the hospital was probably the roughest period, and it was just mostly coming out of the anesthesia. The one thing, if anybody's planning on the surgery or has it coming up, I know I have a subscriber who her surgery's next week, and that's awesome. I'm excited, and good luck to you. But they do give you this little contraption in the hospital, and it is so important to do it. I know the doctors tell you, but I really, truly believe, I have had no complications or issues or anything, and I've been really strict on what the doctors and surgeons had told me even before I went into surgery, and that was doing the breathing treatments to really get your lungs opened up and get everything cleared out of there from being under anesthesia. And I did that. I would go walking. I'd usually do 2 laps around my floor and come back to my room and do my breathing treatment. Take a nap, get up, walk 2 more laps, do my breathing treatment, take a nap. And that was pretty much my schedule for the 2 days I was in there. And I think that helped a lot, not just being lazy and staying in bed and being uncomfortable. It really made a difference getting up and walking. My friend Katie came and visited me when I was in the hospital, and she's pregnant, and so I think she would do a couple laps with me, and I thought the nurses kind of got a kick out of watching kind of the hunched over cripple doing her laps with my IV and my pregnant friends. So like, oh look, they're doing their laps again. So it was awesome that she came and visited, brought me flowers, and my best friends from back home sent me a beautiful bouquet of flowers, and that was an awesome thing to wake up to, and I appreciate it. I've had a lot of people messaging me and text messaging me and calling me, asking me how everything's going. And I appreciate all that love and support. It really means a lot to me. And so I really wanted to get a video in this week, kind of to let you guys know how I'm doing, what's going on. And it's really great. I mean, my husband's awesome. He has my walkie-talkie over here so I can call him if I'm in bed and I need anything. So I thought that was really sweet when he did that the other night. And he's been giving me all my medicine. He's got it all lined up on the dresser over there. It's like a little pharmacy because my doctors gave me just so many bottles of vitamins and then everything else with it. The kids have been doing really well. It's hard not getting up and moving around with them like I enjoy doing and with the baby. But they make me laugh, and laughing just hurts my stomach so bad. So sometimes I just kind of have to leave and go in the other room and let my stomach calm down for a minute. But other than that, it just feels really good to be in my home and in my bed again, sleeping really good. The hospital beds were starting to really kill my back. But other than that, it's all great. I'll probably do a follow-up video after my next appointment with my surgeon and kind of see what he says. Hopefully, like I said, I can graduate into the next portion of my diet, because this liquid part is not fun. It sucks and boring. And I think I just really miss the act of chewing itself. I'm not physically hungry, but I think it's just been a habit to always just kind of snack or grab something and chew on something, that now I just have water or broth or Jell-O, and that's just not cutting it. But I guess old habits are hard to die sometimes, so I'm adjusting. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of other fellow bloggers with gastric bypass, and that's been a real help and inspiration for me to watch other people who've been going through the same things and some of their tips and tricks. And I've been watching a lot of people's post-op diet blogs, and so that gave me a lot of really helpful tips you know, for when my doctor clears me, on different meal prep ideas and foods that are really high protein and easily digested and just easy go-to foods. So I'm pretty excited for my next stock up grocery trip for when I can actually eat again. That'd be really great. I have not weighed myself, so I'm not sure what I weigh yet, but after my next video I'll let you guys know and see. I'm sure I have lost weight. I haven't eaten anything in a week, so I'll let you guys know each video kind of where my weight's sitting. Like I said, when I went into surgery I was at 210, so I'm looking forward to seeing how things are going to progress and change. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I appreciate all the comments and love and support, and I will talk to you guys later.